Alright, give me the countdown.
Alright. If you are ready, 3, 2, 1, go. I don't need to mash text in this game. Oh, bad start. I blame it being early and I have had no coffee today. Anyway, chat, hi, I'm Karaoke. This is Chocobo Racing. Because every RPG or big series has to have a racing game. You know, spin-off. I mean, Final Fantasy, they got a fighting game spin-off, they got tactics spin-offs, they got racing spin-offs. This first track is just a test track. You just got your rocket skates and you're testing them for Sid. This game uses the same character models, designs as Chocobo's Dungeon 2, and possibly the first one. I don't know, we haven't played the first one. This game does have a movie demo for Chocobo's Dungeon 2 on it, actually. That's how I learned about that game. I think Call of Duty should have a racing game. I think Uncharted should have a racing game. Call it Uncarted. Don't save, yes, play. Don't read story. Call of Racing, yeah, that'd be good. I got the time. So I've been playing this game speedrun-wise for I don't know how long anymore. I just picked it up one day and said, okay, I'm gonna play through this and, you know, get a time in it. And then Oxwis decided to play it, and he got the record pretty quickly. I'm about, I think, 2 minutes behind him, and there's a couple other people ahead, I think. I'm, like, not thinking. I sound like a female Spike. How is that a compliment? So, this stage is the first one that they introduced the magic stones in. The magic stones are like the items you pick up. Every racing game has items. This plays it kind of like Diddy Kong Racing, where you pick up, if you pick up 3 of the same item, it powers it up. Or each consecutive item of the same magic of the same type you pick up to 3 powers it up. So this is haste, obviously. Haste is the only useful magic in the game, because it makes you go fast. And each stage in the story mode introduces a new character and a new magic type. This gets annoying because then you get less likely to be picking up haste magics. And the golem is totally bodying me right now. This game is also unique in that to progress in the story, you don't necessarily need to come in first place. As long as you beat the host of that track, you will progress in the story. So as long as, if Mog was in first, and I was in second and Golem was in third, I'd still progress in the story. If I beat the race that way. What's kind of helpful is you don't have to come in first every single time like you do with a lot of racing games. The question mark pickups are randoms. So it could be, in this stage, it could be a fire, it could be a haste. You don't know until you pick it up. You want it to be haste. And he just fired my butt. I'm gonna speed up, because he's like right behind me. This stage is where the most annoying character is introduced. The Goblin, because his... this is a good time to go over abilities. Abilities is that thing in the upper left-hand corner with the bar filling. Each character has their own ability, and during the story mode you can choose, which character you play and which ability they're using. But the CPUs will always use the character and their default ability. So Chocobo's is dash, it makes you go faster, it's like a level 2 haste. Mog's is flap. It lets him fly across. It basically makes him float, which is very useless, mostly. Golem's is grip. It improves his grip on the track, obviously. And Goblin's is mug. And mug is annoying because it steals a magic from you. So you can't really start... Whenever there's Goblin on the track, you can't really store your magic to use later because it will probably get stolen. Okay, I'm on lap 3. And this level introduces Blizzard, or Ice, which the first 2 levels put a bunch of stuff on the track, and the second one comes around you and makes you crash. We will be getting a way to avoid Blizzard completely soon. Don't save. Yes, play. Don't read. Alright, so this track we're going to play Goblin using dash, because otherwise we'll have our magic stuff stolen from us, and we want to avoid that for one track. Yeah, this game is a story. The story is just like, it starts out with Chocobo and Mog getting their cool fast-moving vehicles and stuff. Their skates, and Mog has a little scooter. And then they start talking about Chocobo's crystal he has around his leg, and they're like, oh, well, maybe this crystal means something, so we're gonna go out on an adventure and see if we can find the meaning behind these crystals. And so far, all the other characters you meet also have a crystal, and you kind of use it as an excuse to team up with them and continue on your journey with them. So this is the Black Mage's castle. This is where the tracks start getting really long, and with lots of curves. And this also has a sort of hazard with that cage that I'm running into. That's on some timer, and it's really hard to sort of, if you start bumping into walls and slowing down, it's really hard to get back to the correct timing for that cage to come up at when it's coming up or when it is up in the air. So this is so curvy, that's why I'm not saving up my dashes, actually. Fun fact, when I first ran this game, and basically when up until about last year, I used the D-pad to control, and this does have analog controls if you turn them on. I was using the D-pad to control, so both of my hands would be very stiff after playing. And then Oxmus was like, yeah, I use the, I use the analog sticks. I'm like, oh, that makes more sense. And they actually, I thought it would control too badly, but it actually controls pretty well. Don't save. Yes, play. Don't read. And so now we're going to play as Black Mage the rest of the game using Dash. His ability Magic Plus, when the bar fills up and you have a Magic Stone behind you, or you grab one, it levels it up once. But that doesn't make you go faster, so whatever. The special thing about Black Mage and also White Mage, who we're going to get after this stage, is that they float. They have innate float because they're on cloud. Well, Black Mage is on a cloud and White Mage is on a magic carpet. That means they avoid the first 2 levels of Blizzard, so any of those track hazards, and they also avoid going slower off-road. And in the next stage, there is an off-road segment. You have to go on it. And if you're not using a floating character, you're going to slow down massively. Not to the point where you're going to lose the race, but it does slow you down enough that it's obvious. I prefer using White Mage, but I believe she's a little bit slower than Black Mage, but has like better grip or something. They're almost the same. I always played as White Mage as a kid because she's the only girl. And she's my favorite character in Chocobo's Dungeon 2 as well. And I was like, oh, it's the same person! Not really, but... So Goblin's here, that's why I'm not saving my magic up. The magic introduced here is Mini. Mini makes you small, obviously, up to three sizes smaller that day. And the White Mage's ability is Reflect, and she's innate Reflect. When her bar fills up and she gets hit by a magic, it'll automatically bounce off of her. We'll get the actual Reflect spell in the next level. And I'm tiny, and I'm going half speed. Yeah, being small slows you down. Don't save, yes, play. Don't read. So this is actually the track that introduced me to the game. There was a demo in some PlayStation magazine when they used to give out demo discs, and I picked it up at the newsstand because it had this demo on it. And I loved it. And I would play it over and over and over again. But you could only play as Chocobo with Dash, and it was just this level, so it wasn't anything special, but it was still fun to just play around with it. So this is Chubby Chocobo's level. Chubby Chocobo is, you know, the standard big type character. He's got the I think, you know, the Bowser or the Donkey Kong of the game. This segment here at the end with the blue tiles, that's the off-road segment, and also the shortcut I take is also considered off-road. This is also when you have enough characters that there's going to be characters missing from the races, and it's random. So the normal Chocobo is actually not in this race. It's always going to be the host of that level, and then 5 others, randomly. Your player, and then 4 others. Reflect magic is here. Reflect is a special magic. It doesn't stack, so you can only have one of... When you pick up multiple ones, it only gives you one bubble at a time. It doesn't have different levels. If you have a Reflect and you get hit, it'll cover for you. Otherwise, you use it and it'll cover you for a certain amount of time. Some other things. I mean, obviously, you got the map. You got your place, you got your time, your lap, your speed. Speed's in miles per hour. Japanese version does use kilometers per hour. The middle is your standing on the track. a little cool thing is when their heads are bobbing up and down, that means they're using an ability. And when they're spinning out, that means they got hit by something, and they're spinning out on the track. So it's kind of a good way to judge, okay, is Goblin going to be stealing soon? Is Mega Flare coming up? Spoilers, Bahamut's in this game. Don't say yes, play. This is Behemoth's level. This is the first one where you can really fall off of. Because White Mage's level had, you know, barriers everywhere. And oh, Goblin is not in this level, so I can keep my magic. It's good. I don't have to use it right away. This is one of the more annoying tracks, because it's got all these sharp curves. There's no real good spot to use dashes. Especially in this canyon here, because if you go too quickly and you're not brake turning on the track well enough, you're flying up the edges and crashing into everything. You might as well say now that the magic in this level is Doom. Doom hits the person in front of you, it gives them 10 seconds, and then they explode. You can get rid of Doom by bumping into someone else. But since I'm so far ahead, and I don't want to be actually don't want to be any near character, because that means I'm not going fast enough. If I get doomed, then I'm pretty much doomed. Like I said, haste is the only useful magic in a speedrun. And I got doomed again. Because you're going to be so far ahead using dash anyway that you're not going to be, typically not going to be having any trouble from other characters behind you. So all the attack magics are kind of useless. And the ones that slow them down are kind of useless too. Because they can use their magic and their abilities from anywhere anyway. This is the first level that has parts where you can fall off. Falling off, obviously you fall off the track and Sid pops up and repairs your thing. Takes about 5 to 7 seconds. Then you gotta get your speed. Maybe it takes like 10 seconds because you gotta do a little falling animation too they gotta sit through. Falling's really only really bad in the next stage, and even then I use it sort of to my advantage at times. There is a task of this game on task videos, and it uses falling down as a strategy in the last level to avoid an attack. And it also uses a thing called when you spin out and you hit the that was close. You hit the gas button at the right time, you get a boost. And that task abuses that, because obviously you can time it correctly. Oh, Behemoth's ability is Charge, which dashes you forward and bumps people out of your way. This is the last level, so it'll be time once I finish all 3 laps. And what happened was, all the characters we got together, they all had crystals, including Mog, who didn't think he had one. It's in his little head thingy. And the crystals all glow, and we end up in the Land of Summons, and Bahamut's all like, oh, well, I don't think humans and monsters can live together, so you all should not be friends. And we're all like, screw that, we're gonna race you and prove to you that we're all friends. Something like that. The magic in this level is Ultima. It's the strongest magic in that it can spin you out for the longest. Bahamut's ability is, of course, there it is, Mega Flare. It is unavoidable, You cannot reflect it. The only way to dodge it is by either getting hit by something else at the same time, and therefore you're already spinning out, or launching yourself off the track. And then you avoid it because you're getting fixed up. Bahamut's like all the way back in nearly last place. That's surprising. This is the only track that has differences between the US and Japanese versions, and I just screwed that up. The Japanese version has no barriers on it at all. All these yellow and green barriers do not exist. Not that it does anything, because obviously I'm still falling off the track, and I just got my own doom back on me. That's nice. There is a this is the only other track with a shortcut, and it's not on the map. Is where I launch myself off the track at that arrow. I have a chance of, there's a little strip of land there, and if I aim myself correctly, I hit that land and I go across it. Like so. Perfect. I got it once. And it cuts off a big turn in the track. Alright, get ready for time, because I'm coming up on the goal here in a second. You know, after I get, blasted by Ultima about 5 times, and then Mega Flared. If this is a taste of the RNG I'm going to be getting soon, for the rest of the day, I'm not happy. Okay, ready for time, and time. $22:20. I think that's good. I honestly don't remember what my best time is. I should probably go look that up. Oh, if it's 22:20, that's a personal best for me. Fancy that. New PB by 7 seconds.